Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection and transfer plans for game week 36. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are your FPL plans for the next game week, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So starting things off, let's quickly go over how I got on in game week 35 after the Palace and Forest game. Couldn't really have gone worse for me. Obviously they drew 1-1, Eze scored the pen, Munoz conceding the goal and obviously getting the yellow card. Saar only picking up 2 points, Mateta only picking up 2 points. It was just a very much nothing game, really, especially as a Forest fan as well. Really would have liked to have got 3 points from that, but at least we got something. But yeah, finished on 41 points, another red arrow. I think it's like my 4th or 5th in a row. Just a lot of stuff went wrong. We already spoke about it a little bit in the video that went up on Monday, but Raya picking up 1 point, not ideal. Gvardiol with 8, Kivior with 1, Munoz with 1, Salah with 2, Saar with 2, Mbeumo with 10 because he was my captain, Rodgers with 3, Isak with 9, Mateta with 2, and then Marmoush with 2 as well. On the bench, nothing crazy. Areola with 2, Murphy with 1, Livramento with 2, and then Ruben Diaz with 7. Should have played Diaz over Kivior, would have finished on 47 points, which would have been very, very nice. I think it might have still been a red arrow, but it would have been a very, very small red arrow. I think, maybe anyway, I think I started the game week on 61k, and now we're up to 68k. But yeah, game week rank of 6.2 mil was not great, but obviously a lot of that is because of the Cole Palmer. A lot of dead accounts would have still had him, so he would have obviously got quite a few points from that. But all in all, another pretty bad game week. We only have 3 game weeks left of the season, trying to hit top 50k. It's definitely doable. I'm only 18k behind. But of course, I don't have any chips. I don't have any transfers. So really, I've just got to make all the right decisions now. But either way, not a great game week. I'm glad to see the back of it. Hopefully, I can make the right choice going forward. But anyway, that's how we finished game week 35. Moving on, let's take a look at what my team is shaping up to be for game week 36. In goal, I've got Raya, who's got Liverpool away. Potentially might go Areola, who's got Man United away. I do kind of want to make a goalkeeper transfer, but is it really worth it for the last few fixtures of the season? I kind of want to make those attacking outfield sort of transfers. So whether I go Raya, Areola, or pick a new goalkeeper, I'm still undecided. But right now, I do have Raya in goal. I think I might just play Areola, though, because with Man United being in the final, they're most likely going to rotate again. So potentially West Ham have a chance of keeping a clean sheet in that game. And if not, he might make a few saves anyway, whereas Raya, I think it's just going to be like 1-1, 2-1 to maybe Liverpool or something. He's probably not going to make any saves. So potentially I go Areola instead. And to be fair, now that I've spoken about it, I kind of have convinced myself. I think both of them are not keeping a clean sheet. But I think Areola is probably going to save more shots than Raya. So we're just kind of hoping for some save points there. Again, could be the wrong decision, but I do believe Liverpool will score. Plus, I've got Mo Salah, who's playing against Raya anyway, so I don't really want any Arsenal defence because it just lowers the ceiling for points. So I'm going to have Areola in goal with Man United away. At the back, I've got Gvardiol, who's got Southampton away, Ruben Diaz, who's got Southampton away, and then Munoz, who's got Spurs away. I'm undecided as well whether to go Livramento or Munoz. Chelsea are not going to rotate, obviously, whereas Palace might, just because of the FA Cup final coming up soon. But at the same time, both Newcastle and Chelsea have to win that game, so they're going to go full force. I think there's going to be goals. Spurs are going to rotate, as I just said, for the Europa League final, so maybe that's a reason to go Munoz. So I don't know. He is a lot more attacking than Livramento, so yeah, I'll probably just go Munoz with that. Again, I don't really like my team this week at all. It's kind of a little bit off-putting with all these away fixtures, but at the end of the day, I can't really do too much about it. But yeah, Munoz, who's got Spurs away. In midfield, we've got Salah, who's got Arsenal at home. We've got Saar, who's got Spurs away, and Mbeumo, who's got Ipswich away. He is my current captain. Again, he's averaging like 12 points against promoted teams, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I think it'd be silly not to kind of captain him this week. And then I've also got Rodgers, who's got Bournemouth away as well, which is another tricky fixture. But of course, Villa have to win for obviously those Champions League spots. So don't mind the midfield too much. It could definitely be better, but at the end of the day, it's okay-ish. And then up top, we've got Isak, who's got Chelsea at home. We've got Mateta, who's got Spurs away. And then we've got Marmoush, who's got Southampton away as well. The only worry about Marmoush is obviously that Haaland is now back, that potentially he is going to start over Marmoush. Maybe it's Marmoush that starts and then he comes off on like the 65th minute and then Haaland comes on. That would be okay because I'd take 65 minutes against Southampton away with Marmoush. But If Haaland starts, it means that Marmoush probably won't. Because there's no early kickoff this weekend, though, hopefully we get some early team leaks, because then we'll know what to do with Marmoush. Because obviously, if he's benched, I'm probably just going to get rid of him, because he's very likely to be benched for the remainder of the season, or at least not get that many minutes. So it's not really worth having him in the team. I know it's weird getting rid of a player before Southampton away, but like I say, if Haaland's back, there's just no reason to have him. And then on the bench, we've got Raya, who's got Liverpool away. Murphy, who's got Chelsea at home, who, again, I'm not really going to be playing Murphy at all. He's just coming off before 60 minutes all the time now. He's starting games, but it's not really a player that I'm too bothered about. I think I'll just get rid of him at some point in the season. With the last few games, I've got Kivior, who's got Liverpool away, who will just be benched for the remainder of the season now until that Southampton away fixture. They've got Liverpool away this week, Newcastle at home next week, and then they've got Southampton away last day of the season, which, of course, is the only reason I'm keeping him. Same with Raya, really. I might not even play Raya for the last 2 games of the season, because Ario's got Man United away and then Forest at home. So I think that might be more likely to keep clean sheets than Raya right now. Even though the Arsenal defense is good, I don't know. I don't really back it right now. And then we've also got Livramento, who's got Chelsea at home, who again is a player that I'm just kind of keeping for the remainder of the season because of that Everton at home fixture on the last day. Because I'll have Livramento, who's got Everton. I'll have Kivior, who's got Southampton. And then I'll also have one City defender, probably Gvardiol, who's got Fulham away. And I'll just play that 3 back line there. So I don't really need to make a defender transfer. Like I said in the last kind of transfer video, not really any reason to, because the defenders that I have can alternate enough that are decent. Like, this is probably one of the worst game weeks for my defenders, even though I've got double Southampton away defense. In regards to everybody else, like Kivior, Liverpool away, Livramento, Chelsea at home, Spurs away from Munoz, it's probably the worst one that I've got. So if I can get through this week, then it's not going to be too bad. But yeah, that's what the team's looking like right now. Again, doesn't look great on paper. I don't really like Triple Palace at the moment. I think Mateta has been very hit or miss with me. He could be a player that I get rid of this week, and I could also get rid of Marmoush this week as well. And then I also have midfielder issues as well. Like, I want Saka in for the last day of the season, and then of course I don't really want Jacob Murphy and stuff like that. And if I'm playing 3 at the back, if I'm playing 3 up front as well, then it means that I only have to play 4 midfielders. So the 4 that I've got here is decent, but obviously I will want Saka last day of the season. But anyway, that's what the team's currently looking like for game week 36. Moving on to transfers, though, I have so much money in the bank. We are very rich right now, not in points, but in money. The budget is very healthy, so I do have a lot of money to kind of mess around with. Again, that is Saka money, though, for the last day of the season, because he is going to be quite an expensive jump from one of these 5 mil midfielders up to like 10 point whatever. So, yeah, this week, I think I'm either going to get rid of... I think I'm not going to bring in a Forest defender. I mean, I think it is a good pick, definitely, to bring in a Forest defender this week. Just for my team, I don't necessarily need to do it. The only player that I'd probably get rid of for a Forest defender is probably Munoz. And I think he's just a little bit too highly owned, to be fair, 20.3%. He could damage me if he goes in, scores, and gets a clean sheet against Spurs. So... yeah, the only other option, obviously, get rid of one of them for one of the goalkeepers for Matt Sells, but I also I don't know, I kind of like that idea, but just making a goalkeeper transfer is just so boring. And if they concede against Leicester, there's not much more that he's going to do, because I don't think Leicester are going to have that many chances against us. But yeah, that's kind of one sort of thinking that I've had. But I'm probably not going to do that. I think I'm just going to keep my goalkeepers and defenders the way they are. I think my last 3 transfers just need to be attacking to try and get the maximum points I can get. So they've got to be midfielder and striker transfers. So one thing that I'm thinking of doing, just because Mateta's minutes have been all over the place, I think I'm kind of happy just to finally get rid of him. I think I'm just going to bring in Cunha, to be fair. I've been thinking about it a little bit. He's got Brighton at home this week. He's got Crystal Palace away next week, and then he's got Brentford at home last day of the season. On penalties, last games for Wolves as well. He's scored against all of these teams as well that he's playing for the last games of the season. And as well as that, his form's just been absolutely ridiculous. Like, apart from the City game, which again he definitely could have got something. But yeah, 15 against Leicester, 8 against United, 7 against Spurs. I really like the idea of bringing him in and getting rid of Mateta. He's an 85, 90-minute man on penalties, which Mateta isn't anymore. It looks that way, so I kind of want to bring him in for that. So I think I'm going to do that. That'll be my game week 36 transfer. Game week 37. I mean, I'll only get rid of Mateta if Marmoush starts. If Marmoush doesn't start, then I'll be getting rid of Marmoush for Cunha. It doesn't matter about money because Cunha is cheaper than both of them. So depending on if we get early team leaks. If we don't get early team leaks, I'll probably just get rid of Cunha. I'll probably just get rid of Mateta just because Marmoush does have that Southampton away fixture. So that's going to be my Game Week 36 transfer. And then moving on to Game Week 37. Haven't really had a massive thought about it, but it's probably going to be Marmoush out because Haaland will be back by then. So I'll probably get rid of Marmoush that week and then bring in somebody like maybe Visser or something like that. I mean, I could go Visser this week and go Cunha next week, but I think Brighton's defense is quite shaky and on penalties, and Wolves have been very in form as well. They'd won 5-6 in a row before the City game, and then they only lost that 1-0. So they are very in form at the moment. I think they definitely beat Brighton. So yeah, the week after, maybe I bring in Visser, and then that'll be a 3-4-3 formation once again. And then the week after, I get rid of one of these midfielders, either Murphy or Sarr. Probably Sarr to bring in Saka, and then that'll be my remainder of the season. And I'll have 2.7 mil in the bank. So yeah, Cunha this week, Vista next week, Saka the week after, and that'll be it. And I think, unless obviously we get injuries and stuff, those will be my transfers, my last 3 for the remainder of the season. And hopefully we can just finish top 50k. I'd love to finish top 50k. If I get a green arrow this week, which I'm not really thinking too much, I think if we get a City clean sheet, a green arrow is looking good because hopefully that's going to be a solid like 12, 13 points there if they get bonus, which would be very, very nice. It'd be a great start to the game week, and then we can just kind of build on that. But as of right now, that is my plans for the remainder of the season. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below. Leave a comment. What are your FPL plans for game week 36, 37, and 38? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.